I asked ChatGPT if we set the Russian kind of military power at index 100 before the war, what would it be now? It said it would probably be somewhere around 65. Do you agree with that assessment?
It's hard to say. Also, how do you measure these kinds of things? But definitely, I would say that when we look at the Russian army that is fighting today in Ukraine, then it's not the same army that attacked Ukraine in 2022. So they have lost so much equipment that today they are fighting without many of the capabilities they had. But on the other hand, there has also been innovation. So they are fighting with drones, for example, that did not exist in 2022. In terms of manpower, the Russian army has actually grown. So the Russian army is bigger today than it was in 2022. So yeah, I mean, it's difficult to say exactly in terms of numbers like that, but I would think that 65% is too low. I think we would be higher. But definitely there is an important point in asking questions like this, which is that you very rarely win the war with the army that you begin the war with. And I think there is a danger in some of the military analysis being done right now, where we in the West look at what do the Russians have, what do we have, and we make comparisons based on what we have today without thinking it through that if there actually is a war between us and them, for example, then this would probably be a long war where we would basically lose all the things we have. And what will determine the outcome of the war in the end is what can we build during the war. So in many respects, the Russian army is fighting with their second or their third army during this war because everyone has been replaced and the equipment they have today is not the same they had.
But maybe they have also learned a lot and more ready for a second war. What do you think?
I think so. And the technological innovation has been very dramatic during the war, and the Russians have been there and we haven't. So I think that's an important perspective here. I think there is a tendency to underestimate what they can do, but because we look at what are they doing? Why is it so hard for them to take the next small town or what have you? That we don't quite understand what it is they're doing and how we would do differently, right? We have pictures of what maneuver warfare should look like, and we would, think that, well, they should be operating this way with tanks and combined arms, with fighter aircraft and all kinds of things that should work together here, because that's our standard for what good military operations should look like. But in reality, there has been a technological development on the front line that just means that this type of warfare is actually the warfare of yesterday. And if we don't wake up to that reality, then we would be in for a very, very bad experience on the battlefield if we were to meet this Russian army that we make fun of because they use donkeys for logistics and these things, but they actually know how to operate in this environment where there are all the drones and they have the skilled drone pilots and we don't. So I think it's important that we don't underestimate what they're doing. And just to be clear, there is absolutely no army in Europe, except for the Ukrainian one, that would be able to fight the way the Russians are now in year 4 of a large-scale war. We would not have been able to do the same as the Russians are doing now.
Interesting. So if the Ukraine war had happened, let's say 15 years ago, how different do you think it would have been fought, and how different would the outcome have been?
I mean, there are many political differences as well. Ukraine is a very different country today than they were in 2010. And we can say it was actually fought at least partially in 2014 and 15, right? But I think just from a technological point of view, it's hard to overestimate the consequences of the drone development. What this has done is that it has enabled smaller military powers to do attrition warfare at scale, because of this new technology. Things are very cheap, and you can mass produce these types of weapons, very easily in people's basements. And you don't need these huge production lines. You don't need these very, very expensive high-tech equipment to be able to fight this kind of warfare. And that's why we end up, ironically, this modern technology has meant that from a military point of view, this suddenly looks like World War I, where you have this trench warfare again. And that's mostly because of the drones. So I think it would have been a very different war 15 years ago, a war where the standards of maneuver warfare would have been much more evident. And the Russians probably would have been in a better position because they had more tanks, they had more fighter aircraft, they had these things that would have enabled that type of warfare.